Hey, this is Rene, welcome back to another video on this channel, and today I want to show how to write a news trading expert advisor or how to interact with the news or the calendar in the MetaTrader 5 in general. So you can use it for trading like position opening and closing, and also you could use it as a news filter, so you can make sure that your expert advisor does not trade if it is not supposed to. So if you work with the MetaTrader 5 already, you probably know that in the toolbox that you can see here, where you can also see your open trades, the history and everything, you also have this calendar tab. And you can see here, you have all the news events, and they are listed for all the days of the previous week, the current week, or the next week. We will focus on the current week, of course, because these are the relevant news events for us. And you can apply several filters here, like you can show all the low impact events, you can show all the medium and high impact events, you can also filter by country or by currency. And here I want to show you when it comes to programming, how to get these events in your expert advisor so you can use it. So when we want to write a program, we use the MetaQuartz language editor for this. So just go to tools and open the MetaQuartz language editor in your MetaTrader 5. Then in the upper left corner, we click on new, and we will just create a new expert advisor, and we use the standard template. We choose a name. We can say news expert advisor. I mean, you can choose any name you like. Then you click on next, next, and finish. And this will create a brand new expert advisor. Let me quickly delete these gray lines here. They are just comments, and the properties at the top are also not necessary for the functionality of this program. And I always like to rearrange my brackets. So I'm not going to explain every single thing here. I will not explain these basic functions and stuff. And also I will not explain everything that you have to know about this calendar function, but I will show you one example so you can use it for your program. If you are interested in more details, check out the link below this video. You will find a link to the MetaTrader 5 masterclass where you learn the complete MQL5, MetaTrader 5 programming. So even as an absolute beginner, you will be able to pick it up quickly, and you will be able to write your own expert advisors in no time. But in this video, I want to focus on the calendar. So in the Meta editor, we also have, we can go up here to the help drop-down menu, and then we can go to MQL5 reference. This is with a textbook that holds all the different functions that are part of the MQL5 framework. And we can just go here and type calendar, and when you are at this index tab here, if you just type calendar, it will automatically bring you to all the calendar functions. And you can see there are several functions. We have calendar countries, we have calendar country by ID, event by country, blah, blah, bloop, event by ID, and so on and so on. And in fact, these are not too many functions. These are 10 functions, and that's all you have to know. So if you want to work with calendar events, you just have to read the entries here for these functions, and you will understand how it works. But in this video, I'm here to lead you the way. So what we want to do is, first of all, we want to get the calendar events. So in MetaTrader 5 programming, it is, you have different terms. You have the event, and the event is the name of this specific event. But most of these events happen frequently. So for example, this gross domestic product, it will be released every single month or every single year. So the name of the event is not really leading us to this specific event at the 13th of May 2023. So if we want to have this specific event and the values of this specific date for this event, we are talking about values in MetaTrader 5 programming. And this is why also in the reference you see sometimes the functions speak about calendar events, and sometimes they speak about calendar values. And if we want to have the values, like the specific values for one specific day, we will go with the calendar values functions. So for example, we have the calendar value history function, and this is the one that we want to have a look at. So this calendar value history function, here you can see it will give us an array of values for all events in a specific time range with the ability to sort by country and or currency, which means that we can pretty much just define a time range. For example, this specific day, this 30th, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I mean, you get what I want to say, right? So the 30th of May, 2023. So if we provide these time values to the function, it will give us all the values that are listed here for this specific day. So let's have a look at the function again. So you can see, no, not here. Here I want to go. So you can see this function. If we just have a look at the signature, we need an array, like we have to provide an empty array which can hold values of the type MQL calendar value. And this array is necessary because the function will fill this value with this array with the values that we request from the timestamp, which is defined in the next two parameters, because here we have the time, the datetime format time where we want to start and the datetime format time where we want to end getting the data. And then also we have the option to filter by country or just, I think, currency code. So let's start using this function. So if we go here, we can just call the function calendar values value history. So, okay, now we first of all have to provide this array, which we have to define first, of course. So we will declare this array here, MQL calendar value, and we say this is named values and it is an array. That's why we put these squared brackets. So if we want to have a look at this real quick, just move your cursor inside of this MQL calendar value word and press F1 on your keyboard. And it will open the MT5 reference entry for this specific structure. And you can see the structure can hold a lot of different variables, or it has a lot of different variables, and these variables are all filled with the specific values by the calendar value history function. So we will get an array of type MQL calendar value, and this array will hold several entries or values, and they are always a structure of the type MQL calendar value, and it will always hold all the information for this specific event. Also, we have several functions, but we don't really need this here, I think. Okay, so we have this array now, and we can use it as a first parameter for the function. Now we only have to define the starting time and the ending time, and we can get this here. Date time, we can say start time, something like time, and then we just choose the starting time for the current daily bar, which is like the starting time of the day in most cases. And then we have the end time, and here we can just choose maybe we just go with the start time plus period seconds, period D1. Like we just add one whole day. So yeah, we kind of know that we have the current day as the start and the end time, or like in between. So we choose start time and end time here as values for these two parameters that are requested by the calendar value history function. And now we can define a country code and a currency code, but I will go with null. These are the default values also for the moment. So if we compile this, you can see this is already a working program pretty much. So we did everything correctly, and we are using the calendar value history function, and we now should have the values in our values array. So let's try this. Let's print values at index 0, and then we maybe print the I don't know, event, or we print the wait, what is it called? We can get the actual value and print this. So if we compile this and run the program on any chart, like just go to the MetaTrader 5 after you compiled the program, then go to the navigator, go to expert advisors and search for the program here. It should be, in my case, news expert advisor. And if I apply it to the chart here and click on OK, you can see it's now running in the upper right corner. And whenever there's a tick, I should get a value here. And this is 5 million, 50 million, whatever. So it seems to give us an actual value, which is good. So what we can do now here is we can so maybe we want to have a look at this MQL calendar value structure again. So you can see we get the ID, the event ID, the time, the period, the value, the forecast value and everything, but we don't really get the name of the event. And I personally like to have the name of the event. So what you can do here is you can use a MQL calendar event structure and create a variable of the structure, and then we can use the function calendar event by ID, and here we can choose the ID that we get from our value in the values array. So just go for the ID, and then we provide a empty MQL calendar event structure, which we just created. So like this. So what we can do now is we can use the event structure, and in this event structure, if we have a look again in the reference, we will find all the information that we now need, like the name of the event, the sector, the frequency. Yeah, like, I mean, you can just read it here in the reference. I don't really have to read it for you. So we have the name, and then we can get the value, and make sure to get the value from the values array, because the value, yeah, again, like, you have to understand that values and events are treated a little bit differently in the MetaTrader 5 programming. So the actual values, like the numbers, are always stored in the MQL calendar value structure, and the events, like the events that occur every single month, for example, they are stored in this MQL calendar event structure. So we get the actual value here, and if we compile this again, we should see that now we should get the name, but I kind of messed something up here. Maybe we have to use, event ID instead of ID. This was my fault. And now we get the name, like fiscal balance is the name of the event, and this is the actual value. So if we go to the calendar again, and now we also have to show the like all events to actually find the event, I think. So if we show all the events for the current day, oh, it's the 31st, if it's pronounced correctly. So you can see the first event here is fiscal balance, and the value is 58 billion, whatever. So this is the value that we get here. So we kind of managed to get the event. So in most cases, this is not really what you want, because you don't just want any event, right? So in most cases, you want to have the events that are relevant for your currency pair. So what you can do here is, for example, we want to trade USD Japanese yen, so we will focus on the Japanese yen events, or on the USD events. So what we can do here is we can take the array that we have here, the values array, we loop through the array and have a look at every single event. So we can do this with a for loop. So we go for int e is equal to array size, we just start at 0, and then we go as long as I is smaller than array size values, and then we increase I by 1. like this. And inside of this loop, we want to paste the code here. And yeah, maybe I can show you what happens here. So now if I run the program like it is here now, and just move the code inside of the for loop, you can see that now we always loop through all the events, or we should do so. Okay, this is not really working because I messed something up. Of course, I cannot only refer to the index 0 always, but instead I should use index I from this for loop. And if I compile this, we should see that we now get like all the different events here for the current day with the specific values. And yeah, so now we can go ahead and inside of this loop, we can just check like several things. Like we can check, for example, if event, do we get the currency? We can check, values at E. Where do we get the currency from? Let me check this. Calendar value. Don't have the currency here. Event, string, event code. I want to have the currency code. Oh, it's MQL calendar country. Yeah, okay, we can also use this MQL calendar country structure, and I think there's a function for this, calendar country by ID, and then there's the country ID requested, and I think we should get it from the values again. Nope, we get it from the event, I think, country ID, and then we store it in this country structure here, and then we check if we can check if we can find this string value, if we can find this country currency inside of the currency pair that we are trading. Like in the symbol, start position 0, if it's greater or equal to 0, or if it's smaller than 0, then we want to just continue and not look at this event anymore. So I hope that I didn't mess it up, but if I'm not wrong, we should only get the events for this. I messed it up. We should only get the calendar events that have either Japanese yen or USD as a currency. But wait, let me look at this again. So string value matching string. I think I have to turn it around, right? So symbol first, country code like this. Let me try if this works now. Yeah, looking better. So yeah, it's a little bit annoying. I think I will just move everything in the onInit function so it's not executed with every single tick. And like this. Clear. So if we run the program, we get retail sales. And if we have a look at the calendar, let me check if these are, yeah, these are Japanese yen events. So you can see this seems to work. Let us have a look if we can also see USD events here. If there are any USD events on this day. Yeah, Fed Governor Bowman speech. So let me see if we can also find this one. Fed Governor Bowman. Okay, so code is working so far. So this will make sure that we only get the events that are relevant for the current currency pair. Also, we can check if the events are like important in general. So what we can do is we can check like if event at index E importance, if it is equal to calendar importance low. And in this case, we also want to continue, and maybe we also want to continue if the calendar importance is not defined, continue. So this should give us a lot less news now. So we only get the news. We can only focus on the news that are important for us. Wait, it's events, right? No, it's values. No, it's event, right? Event importance, yeah. I think it's event. And now we should only get the ones that are important. And we get no events, so I kind of messed something up here. Okay. I deleted the print statement. So we want to print the event name, and then we want to print like the event or the country currency maybe, and then the value. Values at E, actual value, like this. Okay, so you can see I don't really use this too often, so I have to look up things from time to time. But yeah, now you can see that we print, like when the code is executed, we print the moderate or really important events, or the values for these events at the current day. And yeah, you can just see like the numbers here. The numbers are sometimes really big, and this is a little bit weird in the calendar, but you can see there is a explanation for this also. If we have a look at calendar country, it is explained somewhere. Yeah, you can see the values are multiplied by 1 million. I don't know. So we will have to divide the values by 1 million to get the actual correct value. Like just divide it by 1 million. And then you should get the actual value like it is displayed in the like here in this calendar tab. So let me also filter here for priority only for the ones that we want to look at low. So you can see that we now get all the values for this day. And yeah, that's pretty much how you can work with the news. And if you now want to trade these news, you just have to work with the times. Like you can, for example, do something like if, or we can just write a easy time a easy filter, like a news filter. So let me move this to another function. Maybe write a function like bool is news event ahead, where we want to check if there is an upcoming news event that might be important. And here we just want to check if values e time is if the current time is greater or equal the time of the event minus, let's say, I don't know, 15 minutes. And if time current is smaller than values at E time plus 15 minutes. So in this case, we want to return true, and maybe also print something. Oh no, this will print it with every single tick. It's a little bit annoying. And yeah, otherwise we just return false. So this should help us to understand if there's a news event coming. So I can write here if is news event ahead, and then I will just print like news event is ahead, something like this, and compile. So now the program should print this statement if there's a news event ahead. So let's check this. Like right now it is saying that there is a news event ahead. So if we have a look at the calendar, let me check this. Should be somewhere here. Yeah, I mean this Fed speech is ahead, so it's probably the one that it found. We can check this by adding like the print here. Print like event name is ahead, stop trading, something like this. Or was just published. Yeah, I mean something like this, doesn't really matter what I write here. And then we can erase this. Oh yeah, let's keep it here. So you can say now it should announce this Fed Governor Bowman speech, whatever. Oh no, it's saying the MNI Chicago Business Barometer is ahead. So let's search for this. MNI, yeah, this is also ahead. Oh, the speech was already, I think, and I think it's because of the time change here. So yeah, but still there is a event ahead, so the program is warning us, and yeah, this is a good thing. So in this case we should not trade, and if the event is over we can trade again. So yeah, I mean, I know this video was a little bit complex if you never wrote a MT5 program before, but this is not really a beginner video. So just wanted to demonstrate how you can use these calendar functions, and I think I almost explained the most important things here. Like, just have a look at these structures, read about them in the reference, and have a look at the like 8 or 10 different functions, and you pretty much know everything that you need to know to work with the calendar functions. Also, if you are a beginner or if you want to learn MT5 programming like in a really structured way, like with a lot of explanation and everything, check out the link below the video. And yeah, in the end, there's nothing more to say than thanks for watching. Make sure to copy the code if you want to use it in your own program, and make adjustments if necessary. So thank you for watching. Hope you liked it. See you in the next video. Have a great time and good trades. Bye bye.